All right, we are live. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Carlito Santiago, and today we are going to be talking about what went down at Survivor Series WarGames. If you guys have not already, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a stream. WWE Survivor Series returned Saturday night, headlined by the men's and women's WarGames matches at Petco Park in San Diego. Who emerged victorious from those marquee matchups, and did John Cena successfully defend his Intercontinental Championship against Dominic Mysterio in his final appearance at a premium live event? We're about to find out. We opened up with our women's WarGames match. Of course, it had the babyface team of AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky versus Becky Lynch, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. I can actually get rid of these notes here now of Survivor Series. Or, whoops, I didn't even delete it. Hold on. Yeah, don't save. Okay. Flair and Ripley silenced all doubters about their ability to coexist Saturday night when the Queen saved the Eradicator from Asuka's blinding mist, sparked a comeback for her team. Flair, Ripley, and her teammates survived a dominant performance from the heels, capitalized on the opening created by the Empress of Tomorrow, and teed off on Lynch in the closing moments of the match. With the man reeling from a hard right from Bliss and a riptide from Mommy, AJ Lee was able to apply the Black Widow and force a tap-out victory. So, the babyfaces defeated the heels. Flair honored seven-year fan Scarlett with a new tribute gear. Jax drew from the San Diego Padres' Vibrant City Connect color schemes, and Rhea Ripley's mask and gear nodded to the Terrifier horror film series. A lot of I'm sorry, I'm a bit sick right now. So anyway, oh god. So I like when the wrestlers do attires for their gear. It's very nice and subtle, and keeps it keeps the eyes peeled to what we see. I like the outfits. The gear was very entertaining. It opened up with Charlotte and Asuka starting off, and then of course, as we know, Io Sky would come out next, and then Bliss, and then AJ Lee, and then of course Rhea Ripley. With the heels, of course, we started with Asuka, then came out Becky, then came out Kairi, then Nia, and then Lash Legend last. Which, of course, it's kind of funny. They built up, and this is what's crazy. This match did not feel like any good. I don't know what to say about that, but that match didn't feel any good. The Lash Legend was built up to be this dominant force, and they didn't even do much with her. She got misted, mind you. Asuka misted Lash Legend in this match. I don't know either. I do not know either. But I'm going to be honest with you, both these matches sucked. Both these matches were not like top tier. To think that these two WarGame matches were more important than Blood and Guts, man. But next came the Intercontinental Championship match between John Cena and Dominic Mysterio. One last time, John Cena will not enter his final match on December 13th with the IC title, which we already knew. After losing it in an interference-heavy sport event spectacle to Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom did everything in his power to escape his hometown of San Diego with the belt, faking a shoulder injury, relying on interference from every member of the Judgment Day, removing his own boot, and attempting to use the championship. Cena recovered from or evaded all of it. Along the way, both the champ and the challenger kicked out of each other's finishers. Then came the referee bump and the return of Liv Morgan, who rushed to the ring and proceeded to slap her View in the face and then leap into the arms of John Cena, only for her demeanor to change. She would low blow Cena, kicking Cena down low. Mysterio would hit a 619 and a frog splash. and the second generation superstar would become a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. Probably the best thing on the card. And after this, my cousin just went to his room. He didn't want to see more. So, Monster Pop for Dom. I mean, it's in fucking San Diego. Why not? Cena shared a special moment at the top of the aisle with the cameraman Stu, whose son was running cable for his father on a night when his match is as much about the guy he is sharing the ring with. It is no surprise the Unseen 17 took a moment to focus on someone outside of himself in his last PLE event. John Cena sold the Pop Rocks and the Johanna Bomb. The Johanna Bomb from Roxanne and Raquel. So, great stuff from that. We then got to, of course, one of our low-key matches, of course, the Women's Heavyweight Championship, of course, Stephanie McKeer and Nikki Bella. A lot of pre-meta overcame the challenge of her Hall of Fame opponent Saturday night in San Diego, fending off a bum knee, and successfully retaining her Women's Heavyweight Championship. Bella jumped Vikir from the opening bell, beating her down and looking to get the upper hand early. The champion countered the veteran early, but an injured knee and a Bella Buster on the floor turned the tides in the heel's favor. Vikir fought from underneath, delivering 2 Devil's Kiss, and added her corkscrew moonsault to get the win. So Vikir retained. Bella appears more comfortable now than she was when she was clearly shaken by Becky Lynch a few months back. For someone who is a crossover star and does not need pro wrestling, it is a testament to her that she has continued to work to regain her previous level of success, which is a key note for this, because I think that Bella is a well enough competitor in the WWE. For someone who doesn't need wrestling, I mean, she still shows that she still has somewhat of a reputation. So yeah, great to see. And then we get to the men's WarGames. The team consisting of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, our 2 world champions, Roman Reigns, Jey and the Usos, versus Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre. And this was another one that also sucked. For the first time since 2022, the heels won the Men WarGames at Survivor Series Saturday night. Late in the hard-hitting, high-pack main event, Punk had momentum on his side after dropping Paul with a GTS. When a mystery assailant entered the cage, he rocked the World Heavyweight Champion with a short super kick and then a stomp, suggesting it was Seth Rollins, but it's not. However, the Visionary is fresh off of a lumbrium surgery, as Wade Barrett reminded the audience on commentary. Breaker fired up, delivered a spear to win the match, and pinning the best in the world. So it looks like instead of maybe Logan Paul, we're going to get Braun Breaker versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, which is also a good thing to think about. After the heel celebrated, Reigns helped Punk to his feet and expressed frustration with Rhodes, telling him it was the last time they would ever team as the show went off the air. Breaker took a sickening doomsday device from Punk and Rhodes, landing directly on his head and neck. Hopefully he is okay. The match was action-packed and had the fans into it, but it ultimately felt like the latest chapter in the rivalry more than the feud ending encounter. It should be. Nothing feels resolved. We now have the mystery of who is under the mask, and weeks of Rollins teases and hints of another Reigns-Rhodes matchup, which is true. WWE commentary had to cover for Lesnar, leaving the squared circle and not suffering a loss by forfeit. Well, I mean, again, the match hadn't even started. Like, remember, all the competitors have to be in the cage. That's the whole point. So Brock Lesnar getting out of the cage and then going out, they didn't have to cover anything. The whole point of the WarGames is that everybody has to be in the ring before the match can start. So Reigns is the last person, right? So Reigns had to be in the ring, and then Lesnar getting back in the ring, right? So the moment that Reigns got into the ring and Lesnar got in the ring and shut that door, the match began. That is exactly what, they don't get. They didn't lose by forfeit. There was no way you can, everybody was kind of shooken by this to understand, right? They've explained it many times before. I don't know how anybody doesn't understand. Everybody has to be in the WarGames cage. They have to be in the match. They have to be in the ring. Okay? Lesnar was the second to last. So Lesnar can get out of the cage. All these superstars could get out of the cage. The last superstar has not been put into the ring and the door shut. Even when Reigns was in the ring and Lesnar was, even though Reigns was in the ring and Lesnar wasn't, still Lesnar had to be in the ring too, or the door had to be locked shut. It's pretty simple. But what was the overall grade for this? Well, like I said, both men's and women's sucked. Like, their WarGames matches just weren't hitting. Graded a B, though. So, Survivor Series 2025 will be remembered for John Cena's final PLE event. That time, Rhea Ripley dressed up like Art the Clown, Liv Morgan's return, and 2 namesake matches that did not live up to the building of the iconic gimmick bout. The mystery assailant in the main event may pique interest, but there was not a lot here to intrigue fans or set them off on the road to WrestleMania in a way that created any participation for the biggest show of the year. Graded a B-, and that's true. Like, it didn't really live up. I mean, I'm going to let you know right now, the assailant who came into the ring was Austin Theory. They planned on having Austin Theory come in. It was rumored way back. Austin Theory was actually supposed to show up during the Seth Rollins CM Punk match. Remember how or basically, CM Punk and Seth Rollins were supposed to face that Saturday Night Main Event, not Jay and Punk. It was supposed to be Rollins and Punk for the world title. Austin Theory was supposed to come in as the assailant, attack Punk, and instead of Lesnar being in here, or even Logan Paul, maybe a filling, and maybe instead of Logan Paul, it was supposed to be, instead of Brock and Paul, it was supposed to be McIntyre. I think these guys were right to do this, but it was supposed to be Rollins, Breakker, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory, and Drew McIntyre versus the Bloodline. It's supposed to be all of them versus them. You know what I mean? Not the other way around. Not any of that other shit. No. So they improvised and basically added everybody on this team in this match. I mean, rightfully so. But yeah, the assailant is Austin Theory. You know? Just fucking making sense of WWE's mystery attacker after James. It did flop. Unfortunately. Well, it's not good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about WarGames in the comments down below. I just think it didn't live up to the hype that it was really there. The hype was there, but didn't live up to it. And it sucks. You know? Not like, they didn't even make Lash Legend feel important. Like, they just misted her in the face and that was it. And mind you, also, congratulations to Trick Williams and Lash Legend for being engaged. Congratulations to you both. So, yeah, I wanted to mention that during this. So, these WarGames just, oh god, they should really go back. Now I understand why people should go back to the fucking traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination. Yeah, they should definitely just go back to that instead of, you know, I like the idea, but now it's just like, this was bad. This was just bad. This is why it's a B-. Anyway, I will see you guys on Tuesday, and Lewis will see you guys tomorrow for the NFL Week 13. I will be here Tuesday for the Raw review. So I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.